It's about fear. Everybody sets goals, by the month or by the week, but you win one day at a time. People sense your energy. If you go forward without day one mindset, everybody's gonna say no to you. Nobody's gonna like you. Nobody's gonna be your friend. Manage those fears, see? Hey, Rick Rowberry, Mr. Day One. I am in Rimini, Italy, northern Italy. Just finished a fantastic event here, 600 people. Before that, I was in Beirut, Lebanon with 3,000 hungry entrepreneurs. I was on stage presenting and teaching and mentoring. And, I'm truly blessed to be able to travel the world and do this. And so my brand is Mr. Day One, and I didn't do that. I was given that brand over a number of years by the people that I work with that know me, always speaking about the importance of the Day One concept. And so I wanted to take just a few minutes today to explain what that is, because without a Day One concept, without a Day One mentality, every day can be wasted. Everybody sets goals, by the month or by the week, but you win one day at a time. You win one day at a time. And so if you wake up in the morning and the thing that you fear the most is the first thought in your mind, that's the way it is, and you allow that fear to stay there and take you over your day, no matter what you have planned, it's a waste of time. It's an absolute waste of time. And so what I teach people is the importance of Day One mentality, a Day One mindset every single day. But let me back up just a little bit. Number one, whatever your plans are, you plan the night before, okay? Whatever your task list, whatever you want to do, don't wake up in the morning and have that fear, the thing you fear the most, your first thought, and then try to think of what you got to do. You want to have a roadmap or a business plan for each and every day. That's a business plan for every day. Now think about that. So the night before, let's say it's Sunday night and you're making your business plan for Monday. So you go through your task list, 1, 2, 3, maybe 10 things, right? You wake up Monday morning, you have that fear. You have learned that you take that fear, you put it in a little bubble, and you compartmentalize that back here. And you do that by simply increasing the hope and opportunity, thoughts of good things, self-development. Call somebody who's positive, meditate, pray, whatever it takes for you to completely disassociate yourself from that fear and think about your why. Think about your goals. Think about the reason why you're going to go out and do extraordinary things today. And then what you do is you get in this Day One mentality. Don't talk to anybody. Don't go out there and try to do business of any kind, or even in relationships, don't approach this, okay, until your mind is right. If you go forward without Day One mindset, I can tell you what's going to happen. Everybody's going to say no to you. Nobody's going to like you. Nobody's going to be your friend. That's just the way it is, right? But when you're Day One mindset, you go forward with power and positivity and posture and presence. And then when that happens, everybody you talk to wants to be your friend. Everybody you talk to wants to follow you. Everybody says yes to you. It's just the most amazing change. And all it is being able to control our thought process. And it's called Day One. When you start off Day One in the mornings and you do it before you talk to one single person out there, then you can start going through your task list, okay? And here's the funny thing. That task list, in order for you to win that day, you have to do the hardest things first. Now, what do people do? They start with number 10. Easy thing, like wake up and get my coffee. Number 9, check a website out, right? Number 8, number 7. And they go all the way up through the day. And they get to number 3, and it's 10 o'clock at night. And you go, oh man, what a day. Oh, it's over. I did 7 things off my task list. I'm so excited. The problem is the only things that change your life, the only things that get you what you want are the first 3, and you never get to it. And so what winners do is they learn how to do the hardest things first. And what they do is they start with number 1, and then they go to number 2, and then they go to number 3. And see, what ends up happening is you end up winning every single day. As I go around the world, I travel to, I don't know how many countries a year, 30, 40 countries a year. When I'm on stage, whether there's thousands of people or hundreds of people, I stand up there and I scream, what day is it? And you'll be seeing me post some of this stuff, and there'll be hundreds and thousands of people scream back at me, Day One. I say, what day is it? And they'll say, Day One. And the reason is because if you do not understand this concept, you are literally trying to accomplish what you want to do without any power, without any positivity, posture, or presence. And guys, The reason that people succeed in business and in relationships and everything out there is that people can feel you. People sense your energy. And if you don't have that positive energy, guys, the bottom line, it repels people. It's like magnets facing each other in the wrong direction. It pushes them apart. And so the day one concept has always been really important to me. And I've always talked about day one. I'm always around the world, day one this, day one that, what day is it? Everybody's screaming it. I was just walking down the streets here in Italy a couple of days ago. And a bunch of people that saw me on stage came up and they gathered around me, maybe 30 or 40 people. And the only thing they said is it's day one. That's what they were saying to me. That's what they get out of it. That's how important that particular message is. And so I wear this brand, this badge, as Mr. Day One very, very proudly. And it allows me to be able to go out there and literally change people's lives, because here's why. It's about fear. It's about fear. You see, if you do not conquer fear, you cannot gain hope. You cannot have your desires. And so fear is always the enemy. And fear is something that you have to deal with one day at a time. If you don't, it's too big. And fear will win. Fear will run your life. It will direct you down the wrong pathways. And see, pathways in life are interesting. It's like the roots on a tree, right? Whatever one you take takes you in a whole different direction. And so you need to make sure that you're making important decisions when you're in a good mindset. Never make important decisions when you're not feeling good. And so the bottom line is that day one is important to eliminate that fear. Eventually you'll learn to put it on just automatic. You put on, you wake up in the morning, you go, oh damn, there it is. There's the fear. I knew it was coming. And so you start looking at it as kind of funny, right? Like me, it's just automatic, And let me tell you something, the more successful you are, the bigger those fears are when you wake up in the morning. And it might be at the beginning, you're like, I can't make my car payments, or, I don't know about my raise at my job, or, I can't make my house payment, whatever it is, whatever the fear is, whether it's financial, relationship, no matter what it is, okay? It gets bigger as your world gets bigger. And so as you succeed, if you decide to go out and do big things in business and big things with people-related things, the truth is, guys, is that those fears continue to increase and they get bigger and bigger. And so what you do, it's like working out at the gym. You got to develop muscles in the gym. You don't go in the gym and just bust it for 6 hours. You'd be dead, right? So you go in a little bit, you build a little muscle, then you go a different day, you build a little more muscle, different muscle, different muscle, different muscle. And then all of a sudden, you're starting to walk faster. Then all of a sudden, you're able to start running. After a while, then your lung capacity increases, your endurance, increases. And pretty soon, those workouts actually become fun and not so painful. And it's kind of like on automatic. You get up and that's just what you do, right? It's automatic. Same thing, guys, with managing the fears through the day one concept. Once you get really good at it, you will win every day. And here's the thing I gotta remember that you say this. You absolutely do not win a month at a time, a week at a time, a year at a time. You win one day at a time. If you win today, you'll win tomorrow. If you win tomorrow, you win the next day. Pretty soon you win that week. And then when you win that week and you win the next week, then you win that month. And then when you win 1 month after the other, you win your life back. So you get it back. You now got the power. You now have the ability to make decisions for yourself. Nobody puts a thumb on you anymore, tells you what you got to do. Now what you do is you literally are living the dream, because the truth about dreams is always around freedom. It's always about freedom. Guys, I travel the world and everybody's the same everywhere except for languages and culture, but everybody has the same desires. They want to be happy. They want to have joy. They want to have love in their life. They want to have amazing relationships in their life. But what they really do is they got to understand that freedom has a price. To be truly free, you've got to be able to control your life. And so in each of these countries I go to, it's always about freedom. Freedom to make your life and choose the things in your life that you truly desire, that you really want, so that you can accomplish your goals and you can accomplish the things that you really want to set right in your life. And so I'm going to ask you all right now, I don't know where you're watching this video, but the truth is this, is that it's day one every single day for Rick Rowberry for the rest of my life. I made a commitment to that many, many years ago. And so I wake up every morning, everybody says, Rick, why are you so positive? Why are you always smiling all the time? Why are you so happy all the time? It's not that I don't have fears, it's that I've learned how to manage those fears, see? And what I do is I take that fear, I pound it back there, and I don't even think about it again. I focus on good things. I read a good book. I call somebody I know is positive all the time. Whatever it takes to get me in a good place. And I do that before I talk to anybody every day. And then what I do is I go out and I have yeses and I have power. People love me and they want to follow me. Guys, I've learned the good life. And so this is what it takes. And so the question I have for you all is what day is it? What day is it? I want you screaming at your phones. I want you screaming at your computer screens. Rick, it's day one. It's day one. And so that's my message today, guys, from Mr. Day One, Rick Rowberry. Subscribe to my channel, like, guys, so I can contact you with future videos and content. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Love you all.